Kazakhstan is increasing its investment attractiveness. Turkish businessmen are actively cooperating with Kazakhstan. They highlight that the most favorable conditions have been created in the republic. There are a number of factors such as tax preferences and benefits as well as stability in the country which affect the investment climate. A network of special economic zones with developed infrastructure has been created as well. Investors working in Kazakhstan can also tap into the huge Eurasian Economic Union market which has 170 million population. What Kazakhstan concludes or promises to investors is carried out at a high level. Excellent conditions for business are created in Kazakhstan. There's an international financial center, an arbitration court, and tax preferences. Our company works in several projects at once, and we will increase this cooperation. Turkish business is expanding in Kazakhstan. Their area of interest is not limited to only one industry. Turkey is investing in the manufacturing sector, construction, agricultural processing chemicals, and metallurgy. We are ready to work in Kazakhstan and we are considering a number of areas for business, starting from studying minerals to the work of construction firms. In general, we have a lot to do here. The Republic's large investment potential is of interest to the neighboring country. Russia is increasing its investment share in Kazakhstan's economy. The investment volume by Russia totaled $12 billion. Today, 50 major joint projects are being implemented. Port facilities, fishing and shipping have been considered as promising areas of cooperation. Traditionally, in the energy sector, we've had good cooperation in industrial production, mechanical engineering, high technologies, and so on. This is what contributes to the diversification of our economies. Regions play a big role in successful attraction of investments. In the West Kazakhstan region, the value of fixed assets investment increased by 10% to 190 billion tenge this year. In total, over 115 billion tenge have been invested in the region. For the first 7 months, the volume of investments in the country's non-primary sector amounted to 53 billion tenge and increased by 32%. The share of foreign investments was estimated at 60%. According to the projects of the map, in the second five-year plan, 31 projects worth 88 billion tenge are being implemented. Indicators of world ratings show Kazakhstan's effective policy on increasing investments into the country. It ranks first in the quality of investment climate in Central Asia. According to 2017 World Bank Doing Business report, Kazakhstan is ranked 35th in the ease of doing business among 190 countries, and the country has also been rated 4 out of 10 indicators in terms of contracts implementation. Kazakhstan has attracted nearly $7 billion of direct investment since early this year. The trade turnover between Kazakhstan and Belarus totaled more than $6 billion over the last 10 years. According to economists, the mutual trade between the two countries exceeded about $260 million since the beginning of 2018. Analysts believe that this value has the potential to grow. Kazakhstan export items include flat iron products, oil products and coal to Belarus, as well as copper, aluminium and cotton fiber. Belarus ships products such as tractors, furniture, milk, kerosene, sugar and meat to Kazakhstan, as well as medicine, potatoes, refrigerators, sausages and wallpapers. The increase in trade will result in significant contributions to the Belarusian and the Kazakh budgets. These budgets are aimed at social policy. That's why it is important. We will continue working on these developments. Kazakhstan and Belarus signed more than 100 contracts and agreements over the years of cooperation and implemented many successful projects in fields such as manufacturing, transport and logistics, space industry, agricultural industry, cultural, social, science, technological and education sectors. Recently, the government of Belarus and Kazakhstan signed a document that provides students with the opportunity to receive additional grants and benefits for education. We are members of the Eurasian Economic Union. Therefore, any visits and exchange of delegations that we have are always useful because we start learning from each other as we face each other and discuss new projects. Kazakhstan and Belarus are actively cooperating in the field of digital technologies. The Astana Hub project was presented in Minsk. The parties discussed the ways of strengthening cooperation and sharing experiences in the field of digital technologies. Tengiz is one of the most successful projects implemented in Kazakhstan. The oil fields' production facilities are undergoing expansion. The project ensures Kazakhstan will be one of the leading suppliers of hydrocarbon raw materials in the world. Construction of the third-generation plant began in Tengiz. The cost is over 3 trillion tenge, which makes it the largest investment project in recent years. The unique feature of the plant is that it will consist of separate modules with total weight of 53,000 tons. A sea mooring and a small port were built on Caspian Sea to transport the modules. Constructors are building 71 kilometers canal, which is almost 5 meters deep. The modules are delivered to the Caspian Sea from the Black and Baltic Seas through the Russian waters. The barges can transport up to 2,000 tons of cargo. The modules are delivered to Prorva and on to Tengiz. Following the completion of the project, the port will be owned by Kazakhstan and will become a transit hub on the Caspian Sea. It will be used for the transit of grains and metals and transshipment of freights from China and Asia countries to Europe. The port will also be used by Tengiz. In 4 years, the oil output is expected to grow by 12 million tons, reaching 39 million tons of oil per year. Kazakhstan is increasing exports of melons and watermelons. In the first 7 months of this year, agrarians of the Turkestan region exported more than 225,500 tons of watermelons and melons to Russia, Belarus, Latvia, and Germany. Over 195,500 tons were delivered to Russia. Belarus imported nearly 13,000 tons, while Latvia and Germany imported over 17,000 tons. 40% of the crop is exported to northern regions of Kazakhstan.
Бақшаның өзі 3,5 гектар жерге егілді. Соның бүгінгі 90%-да жиналуға жақын қалды.
3,500 hectares of land was sown in our country. 90% of the harvest has been collected. Today, 80,000 tons of melons are shipped and sent abroad. Last year, 70% of melons were exported. The indicator has increased to 100% given that we sowed a lot of melons. People are trying to export.
Біздің ішкі немізде қауын көп егілгенде халықта, сондықтан барлығы сыртқа сатуға тіршілік жасайды.
This year, farmers of the Turkestan region have sowed melons on 61,500 hectares of land. A total of 1,330 tons were harvested, in which 560,000 tons are watermelons and the balance is melons. This year, an additional of 80,000 tons has been harvested compared to last year. 65% of melons are grown mostly in South Kazakhstan region. Agrarians say that the profit from these fruits is 5 times higher than cotton. In comparison with last year, today the harvest is good. I sowed melons on 10 hectares of land. Many people sow on 50 to 60 hectares, some of them even on 100 hectares. In addition, various snacks from dried melons are also produced in the region. Kazakh-Kyrgyz border will be established according to the international law. The Majlis, or the lower house of Kazakh parliament, has approved ratification of the Kazakh-Kyrgyz state border demarcation agreement. The border is more than 1,200 kilometers. Presidents of the two countries had signed the document of agreement. The deal has unlimited duration and is non-renounceable. The countries will check the marked borderline every decade.
Всего 1055 столбов установлено. Из них
We have established a total of 1,055 posts, including the major intermediate posts. We have set up the border marks. Our border is totally delimited and marked, and the border marks are already in place. Now, after ratification of the agreement, the border will be officially regulated by the Border Service.
Сама граница будет передана на баланс пограничной службы.
Members of the lower house of parliament approved another ratification law on the agreement between Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan regarding the tri-point between the state borders of the three countries in the Ustyurt Plateau. The agreement completes delimitation of Kazakhstan's southern border.
Еженедельно осуществляется разведполет именно по...
Every week, we perform observational flights across the entire line of the state border, including the tri-point between the three borders. In case of any border incidents or any problems with the border posts, we make sure to resolve the issues bilaterally, instead of tackling them unilaterally. In the event of the rockfall or any other problem, we do our work openly in front of each other.
Необходимый ремонт, это все происходит на виду друг у друга.
Demarcation is important to provide the country's territorial integrity, border inviolability, and to avoid threat to the country's sovereignty. Central Asian countries have started modernizing checkpoints between the countries. For example, Uzbekistan started upgrading their checkpoints on the border with Kazakhstan. The modernization was due to the increase of tourist numbers and trade growth. Today, there are 6 checkpoints operating non-stop between the two countries. Among them, 4 checkpoints are designed for transportation of heavy cargo. Earlier, a roadmap was developed based on the intergovernmental agreement providing for the restructuring of 4 checkpoints. Moreover, with the increase of the transport traffic, the Gisht-Kuprik Silk Road checkpoint is being expanded. After modernization, it will have the capacity to provide services for 40,000 people a day.
Отношения между странами вышло на новый уровень.
Cooperation between the countries has reached a new level. The presidents of our countries set specific tasks of increasing trade. The analysis that we conducted demonstrates that compared to last year, the transport traffic increased by 61% at the checkpoints located between Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan.
Через пункты пропуска, расположенные между Казахстаном и Узбекистаном.
Meanwhile, the checkpoints at the border between Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan will also be upgraded. The checkpoints are crossed by some 20,000 people and up to 900 vehicles daily. The operation format of the checkpoints had to be changed following Kyrgyzstan's accession to the Eurasian Economic Union. The border system upgrade of Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan was done based on the Eurasian system requirements of checking people and freight transports. In the next stage, large checkpoints will also be upgraded, such as the Akjol checkpoint in Korday village of Jambil region. The two countries will conduct modernization and reconstruction of the checkpoints to create favorable conditions for the people that cross the state borders. Moreover, the capacities of these checkpoints will also be increased. Another example of the operations improvement at the Akjol checkpoints is the separation of passenger and vehicles. Freight vehicles were redirected to 2 other checkpoints, such as Aktilek and Tokmok. It demonstrates how the countries create favorable environment for the border cooperation. Astana hosted the largest exposition of furniture and interior design. The international specialized exhibition gathered nearly 100 companies from Kazakhstan, Russia, Belarus, Italy, Moldova, Ukraine, Turkey, the Czech Republic, China, and Sweden. Participants showcased the newest home equipment, trends, and decor, as well as unique designs and solutions. Organizers say that approximately 8,000 visitors from all over Kazakhstan and the countries of the region attend the event annually.
У нас формат выставки B2B, получается встреча профессионалов с профессионалами, то есть
we have a B2B exhibition format. This is a meeting of professionals. By organizing the exhibition, we provide opportunities for Kazakh customers, wholesalers and retailers to attend the exhibition and make contracts with other foreign companies as well as represent them in Kazakhstan.
И также их представлять в Казахстане.
Производим декор изделия, декор панели.
We create decor products and decor panels for furniture with national color. We export to Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan and Russia.
Узбекистан, Кыргызстан также есть, покупает это еще в России.
A thematic excursion titled The Language Academy took place in the Historical and Regional Museum in Temirtau. It was designed for school children. Children were introduced to history of the Kazakh script, beginning from ancient cave paintings to the modern alphabet based on the Latin script. Moreover, school children took part in various trivia quizzes dedicated to the 3-language policy, got acquainted with the Braille writing system, and tried to communicate using the sign language. The educational tour also includes viewing ancient artifacts with writing samples from different eras.
Здесь имеется Коран, написанный в XIX веке.
There's a Quran written in the 19th century. In addition to this, one of the exhibits is the Gospel written in the Old Slavonic language. We also have an Arabic dirham or a coin with the Arabic script. The purpose of the excursion is to preserve the integrity of multinational Kazakhstan.
Цель экскурсии – это сохранение целостности многонационального Казахстана.
The Uli Dala Yelini Sayakhat expedition trip along the New Silk Road was launched in Almaty. The expedition team includes experienced travelers, tour operators, as well as foreign and Kazakh travel bloggers. The trip covers more than 3,000 kilometers as the team explore Kazakhstan's unique natural, historical, and holy sites in pursuit of creating new travel routes. The sites include Kolsai Lakes, Lake Kaindi, Cherin Nature Park, Aktau Mountains, the Singing Barchan, Shokan Walikhanov Spring, Talkhis Settlement, Medio Skating Ring, Shimbolak, and Big Almaty Lake. The route also includes Tamgali Gorge, Akirtas Palace Complex in Jambil region, the mausoleums of Karakhan and Aisha Bibi, and the ancient Taras Archaeological Center. The team will also visit Aksu Shabagli, one of the oldest nature parks in Central Asia. Following the expedition, Kazakh TV will air a series of programs dedicated to the unique sites of Kazakhstan.
Алтынчы экспедициясы Алматы, Жамбыл.
The sixth expedition of 13 days covers the territory of the Almaty, Jambil, and Turkestan regions. Organizers are the National Kazakh Tourism Company and the Kazakh Geography Republican Public Association. The expedition includes 28 people.
Экспедицияның мүшелері 28 адам.
Целью нашей поездки является популяризация.
The purpose of our trip is to popularize domestic tourism in Kazakhstan, particularly researching and identifying new tourist routes. This is my third visit in Kazakhstan. Every time, I get to know the country again. I expect that this time I will see something new and interesting.
Надеюсь, что и в этот раз я увижу что-то новое, что-то интересное.
The talent that will represent Kazakhstan at the Junior Eurovision Song Contest will be identified on September 22nd. The finalists of the national selection are preparing for the contest. 13-year-old resident of Astana, Suikim Kabilbek, is among the top 10. The student is actively rehearsing. Her vocal teacher believes in her success due to her talent and hard work.
Suikimning vokaldық мүмкіндіктері өте жоғары.
Suikim has wonderful vocal abilities. She easily hits high notes and she is very articulate. She composed her own songs.
Өзінің жеке авторлық әндері бар.
Suikim Kabilbek does not talk about the song that she composed and will perform. According to the rules, the song should never be performed previously.
Байқаулардың талаптары бойынша жаңа ән болу керек болды.
According to the rules, the song shouldn't be performed anywhere before the Eurovision. I wrote the song observing these rules. It's a patriotic song about a beautiful land.
Байтақ екенін, кең екенін көрсеткім келді.
10-year-old Binura Saudabai is another contestant in the competition. The young singer believes that hard work is essential in achieving success. The girl has been studying music since 5.
Мне очень нравится певица Полина Гагарина.
Polina Gagarina is one of my favorite singers. We have slightly similar voices with long, high notes.
И упругими нотами.
Under the guidance of the vocal coach, Binura is learning the essentials of being a successful artist, such as the ability to relax during performances. It helps the young singer to be confident on stage.
Binura самая молодая участница.
Binura is the youngest contestant as she's just 10 years old. Nonetheless, she is very driven and motivated. She has a very wholesome personality and she is well organized. I can see that she can pull herself together before performances. She's very charismatic and very talented.
Перед выступлением она очень яркая, очень талантливая.
Channel Khabar will broadcast the gala concert where the Kazakhstan representative for the Junior Eurovision will be selected. Viewers have the opportunity to vote for their favorite contestants by sending the numbers attached to the contestants through SMS or phone calls. The winner will be identified by the votes from judges and viewers.